Received more than $2
The Department of Housing and Urban Development is
the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and now officials want your input on how to use that money. Sophia Ridley reports.
The Department of Housing and Urban Development is looking at a 5-year funding plan to evaluate things like market conditions and affordable housing. A requirement for funding is public comment.
So the next 30 days, we urge everyone to complete a survey. The survey is also online, or to go in and actually just tell us, I want to see more youth programs. I want to see, a program for my seniors. I want a walking club in my neighborhood. Whatever they'd like to see, we want to know about that.
One resident wants to see old and unused spaces modernized and put to use.
Virtual business offices. We're having businesses come here into our town and our parish, in which we're training individuals on how to work remotely and have them to stay here in Ouachita Parish and spend their monies here in Ouachita Parish, but they also will need to have a place in order to go and work.
During the meeting, they discussed what they accomplished during the last 5-year plan. The city poured hundreds of thousands of dollars into COVID relief, safe housing, and rental assistance.
Every 5 years, we gather with the community to learn more about what they'd like to see happen, especially for those most vulnerable in our community. And so this was our kickoff to start gathering that information in order to allow us to present the City Council next spring with that plan and with the ideas that the community shared, along with an annual plan for how we get started.
There is a second virtual community meeting on December 12th. The public comment period ends on December 24th. For more information, visit knoe.com.